Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's episode of Cook with Andy, I want to show you how I made this lovely moi moi recipe like a pro. I made this moi moi over the weekend and everybody in the house loved it. To begin, you want to fry your tomato paste. This tomato paste is what I'll be using to build color in moi moi. In a heated pan, add your oil and fry your tomato paste until it's a bit dry. Next, I went in with onga stew color spice for more red color. Next, I added my deboned Titus fish. You may want to steam this Titus fish and then carefully debone it. After that, fry again until it is more dry. Add a bit of water to allow this to cook very well and let it mix until it is looking like a stew base for your moi moi. You may also want to fry this without any seasoning aside from the onga for coloration. No salt, no seasoning. Just fry on medium-low heat. After 2 minutes of frying, my stew base for the moi moi is ready. Set it aside. Now off camera, I went ahead to wash my beans until it is very neat like this. Added my neatly washed crayfish, added ginger and garlic, added red bell pepper and green bell pepper and enough onions and of course scotch bonnet. I went in with a bit of curry, rosemary, thyme and all peppers. Now guys, while I was washing my beef, something happened. My blender got broken. So I had to resort to grinding this with a commercial grinder. Don't worry, I made sure it was washed neatly before I put in my beans in there for them to grind. And I must confess, the commercial blender did a good job. Now after grinding this at the commercial blender, I went ahead to put my stew base and then stir properly to combine. Now this is where the twist lies. While mixing your moi moi, make sure not to do that with cold water. You are using only hot water as you can see in the video. I dissolved some seasoning and salt in hot water as well in a bowl, added it to the moi moi and then stir to combine. I also added more oil, vegetable oil, but this is optional. You can choose to just use the one you used in frying your stew base or just add a little bit more, just like I did. I stir this properly to combine. Now, this is another secret to this recipe. You notice carefully that I added red bell pepper and green bell pepper. That is a flavor builder in this recipe. Try this and you will thank me later. I went in with more water because I wanted to get a particular consistency, and at this point I have gotten the consistency I wanted. Guys, look at that. Turning your moi moi very well will make it very fluffy and nice. I went ahead to taste for seasoning and salt, and guys, everything was perfect. Off camera, I had wrapped some paper foil that I'll be using, and I also boiled some egg that I'll be using. I went ahead to put that in my paper foil and added egg. Now guys, at this point, I went ahead to fold or lock the paper foil. Notice carefully that if you don't lock this paper foil very well, you are going to be disappointed because the moi moi will burst open and then litter everywhere. And I'm sure you wouldn't want that, right? Already in a boiling water in a pot, I added my moi moi. Make sure your water is already boiling before you add this. I went ahead to tie the rest of the moi moi and then put them in the pots, just like as you can see in the video. Now guys, I think I'm going to make this very clear. Please and please, to all my viewers, please, this is my own method of making my own moi moi. I am not saying that your method is not good. I am only saying that this is my own method of making my moi moi. I'm only saying this because of people that will come to the comment section or even to my direct message and be telling me this is not how we make it. You didn't do it well. You did that. You did that. Like I said in the video, I am showing you how I made this lovely moi moi. How I made it. This is personal to me. If you think you love my process, go ahead and try it out. And if you don't, that's fine. Don't come to my comment section and tell me how they used to make it in your village. That is your village and not mine. I am only sharing this video because I want people that don't know how to make moi moi out there to watch and of course learn. Thank you very much. At this point, I've been able to wrap all the moi moi and then put them in the pot. It is time to trap the steam with a foil paper. I used a foil paper to trap the steam just like I'm doing in the video and then cover that thoroughly so that no steam will escape. You may want to cook this on medium high heat for at least 45 to 50 minutes. While I say 45 to 50 minutes because I am making a bigger quantity of moi moi. But if you're making in smaller quantity, you might just cook for like 30 minutes or so. Also, notice carefully that I was checking at intervals to see whether the water was all dried up. So as you see in the video, I added the second batch of water for it to cook. After 45 minutes of cooking generally, the moi moi was ready. I removed it from the pot and allowed it to cool down. I went ahead to serve my brother's food. Look at that fluffy moi moi. So nice, the color and everything. Off camera, I had made pap because my family loves to have moi moi with pap. I added some sugar, powdered milk, and of course liquid milk. You don't want to have pap without liquid milk. What is pap without liquid milk? At this point, my moi moi and pap was all served. Guys, look at that amazing pap. I went ahead to turn it very well so the milk can combine very well with the pap. Guys, my brothers could not wait to have a taste of this moi moi. Look at that. Look at that. Now, for those that would say this pap is watery, this is how my family likes their pap, not too thick. Let me know what you think about this moi moi in the comment section. And if you have watched this video up until this point, this is the best time for you to subscribe, like, comment, and of course share. Until I see you in my next video. Bye.